Hey guys, we are live. I'm Jeff here with eBay Addicts, and today I have a brand new guest for you guys. I have Tyler is here with me today. How are you doing today, Tyler?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on the show today.
All right, awesome. So today's title of our video is how you can make an extra $7,000 per month part-time working from home as an Amazon influencer. So real quickly, since we have a new guest with us, Tyler, kind of introduce yourself to our audience. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and kind of tell people a little bit about what it is that you do.
Sure. So my name's Tyler. I'm a professor here in Southern Utah. Have been a lifelong educator, transitioned recently from elementary school teacher to the university, but just love teaching. Don't have any plans to quit my day job, but I love to make money on the side. And as a school teacher, I always need a little bit more money. So that's kind of where my journey into side hustles began, and doing product reviews. But have 4 kids, and just pretty awesome life down here in Southern Utah.
Okay, awesome. So you live in Utah. You're a college professor, and you're married, right? And you have 4 kids, and so you also do different side gigs and side hustles. Tell people real briefly what other what other side gigs is it that you're doing right now besides being a professor?
Well, most of my side gigs right now revolve around teaching. So whether it's doing YouTube or podcasting, writing books, things like that. But I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done websites, I've done coloring books. I'm digging into AI right now. So I've done a number of different things, but I've been doing product reviews for a while, for several years. But it's just been the last year that I've done Amazon Influencer.
Okay, awesome. And so how long have you been a teacher now?
This is my 20th year.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. So we appreciate you jumping on and hanging out with us today. So tell me, how is it? How did you first get started to being an Amazon influencer? I was watching the YouTube channel, and I think you said you had one of your relatives that were telling you should sign up. So kind of tell your backstory of how you got started doing this.
Yeah, my little brother had been encouraging me. Actually, I have 2 younger brothers, and they both do product reviews.
Really?
And about 6 or 7 years ago, one of them said, "Hey, you should do product reviews." And at that time, we had just moved, and I wasn't working at the time, and needed extra money, needed Christmas gifts for my kids, and so I tried it out, and almost immediately started having people send me products for review, and started building up a social brand and things like that. And I did that pretty casually for about 5 years, where I do a couple product reviews every month, put it up on my YouTube channel, post it on Instagram or Twitter or something, and was just accumulating things, not making a lot of money, maybe $100 or $200 a month, but doing that. But then last summer, the summer of 2022, this same brother said, "Hey, I've been doing this Amazon influencer thing. You should apply. There's no penalty if you get rejected or anything. You should just apply because it's really starting to take off." And he was right. Summer of 2022, a lot of people started joining the program, and a lot of them, myself included, were accepted into the program about a year ago this time. And so a lot of people started as influencers at that time. Now, the Amazon Influencer program is different from the Amazon Associates program. I had already been working for Amazon as an associate, which
Yeah.
just meant anytime I did a product review, I would take a text link, put it in the description of my video. And if someone watched my video and then clicked over to Amazon, I would get a small commission for anything they purchased. So I'd been doing that for years, making like $5 a month. It just didn't make a lot of money. The difference between that and the influencer program is, on the influencer program, you put your video directly to Amazon. So people watch it while they're shopping for that product. And if they watch it and then make a purchasing decision, then you get a commission just on that one product. But that, obviously, you don't have to direct any traffic there. So the amount of clicks you get is way, way higher than if you were an Amazon associate. So I started doing that about a year ago. Actually, I was accepted at the end of the summer, like in September, but I didn't get placed for on-site commissions until November. So it took a while to get everything. You have to approve 3 videos, and it's a big process. But once I got through that, November was really my first month of last year doing the Amazon Influencer program.
Okay, awesome. So basically, you get these products, you make a quick 1 to 2 minute video review of these products, and then after that, if someone watches at least like 30 seconds of your video review products, they watch your review of the products, and they click and buy the item, then you get a small commission from that, right?
Right. And there's not a set time anymore. It used to be 30 seconds, but now Amazon just determines what's long enough to warrant a commission check. But yeah, that's basically how it works.
Okay, awesome. Now, kind of explain a little bit more about how this process works, because the reason why I'm interested in being an Amazon influencer, because you don't need a big warehouse, you don't need a bunch of employees. This is something you could do part time from home. You have a very flexible schedule, and if you already have a full time job, if you're someone like you or me, and maybe you have a full time job, this is something maybe you could do on nights or weekends or holidays, like when you're off for the summer, you got plenty of free time to shoot review videos and kind of be flexible around your schedule. So if one of your kid has band practice or a t-ball game or something, you can go to their game and then come home and shoot videos and review products and kind of have a flexible schedule, right?
Yeah, and that's really the beauty of the program is it's so flexible. All you need is a phone, right? You shoot your things. And when I started, I made it a lot harder than it needed to be. I did a lot of editing, put in music tracks, had a lot of B-roll, spent a lot of time working on my thumbnails, etc., because that's what worked on YouTube. But on Amazon, people are looking just for honest reviews of a product. So you use it, you talk about what you liked, and you can often do that with little or no editing and just shoot a 1 to 2 minute horizontal video, and they do quite well. And so as time has progressed, I've found that it's easier and easier to do these videos. Plus, I'm getting better at it. After now having done over 1,000 videos, I have a good process down, and it's a lot easier. But I do love the flexibility. I will shoot videos. I'll usually try to batch and do several at the same time. And if I can get my wife or one of my kids to help me, that is even better, because then I have less editing. We can do single shots where they zoom in and zoom out and things like that. But we'll batch, we'll do a bunch in an hour. We'll do like 10, and then I'll find another hour where I'm available to do some editing, do the uploads, get the things tagged. And so I've been able, it's been a year and I've done over 1,200. So I'm averaging 100 videos a month. And I've done really well with that. Just finding spare time here and there. Now, it has been a lot of time and energy. I don't have a lot of free time. This summer I taught 7 classes. So it's just being as busy as anyone else and finding little pockets of time here and there to make it work.
And it's free to sign up as an Amazon influencer. You don't need a lot of startup capital to get started either. It's not like you're buying a big food truck or something. This is something that you don't need a lot of startup capital, right?
Right. The only obstacle in getting signed up, so it's free, and the process is really easy to apply. You can do it in a minute. The problem is initially you need to have some sort of social following. So you apply with either your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok account. And they look and we don't know what the minimum threshold is, but you have to have some following and some engagement with those following. If you have enough, then you're accepted into the program, and then you have to upload your first 3 videos. They have to pass like quality assurance, and then you get placed for on-site commissions. So it is a bit of a process, and a lot of people get rejected at least a few times. When I applied last summer, I got rejected twice. Tried to apply with my YouTube account, didn't have enough of a following. Tried to apply with my Twitter account, which had like 35,000 followers, and that didn't get accepted. So then I did Instagram, and I got accepted with a few thousand followers on Instagram. So you just keep trying until you get accepted. And then once you're accepted, it's making sure that your videos are high enough quality. And really, it's just those first 3 videos, because once you're placed for on-site, they don't monitor your quality anymore. It all goes through AI to verify your videos. So it's just those first 3 that have to pass through a human test to make sure that they're good enough to be on the program.
Right. Now, Tyler, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here. I was watching one of your videos. I think you dropped a video about a month ago talking about how you made about $7,000 in a month being an Amazon influencer. So kind of talk about your journey of how you went from a year ago. You started, everybody starts at 0. So I want you guys to get intimidated and say, I'm not making 5, 7, 8, 10 grand a month. Everybody starts at 0. So kind of tell your experience, your journey of how you went from 0 being an Amazon influencer to a year later, you said you made $7,000 in a month working as an Amazon influencer. So talk a little bit about how your journey happened or how it began, and kind of how you were able to scale and progress this thing over time.
Sure. When I started last year, it was just a really casual side hustle for me. I was just experimenting and see how things would go. So my first month, I posted 37 videos, and I think all 37 of those were videos I'd filmed previously to put on YouTube. So I didn't film any new reviews my first month, but I posted 37 videos, and in that first month, I made $165, which I was thrilled. $165 to publish something to a new platform. That was more than I was making on YouTube for those videos. So it immediately had a benefit. But I have tracked those same videos over the last year. And it's really exciting to see that those first 37 videos that I filmed have actually earned between $2,000 and $4,000 total. So for that first month of creating no new content, I've made at least a couple $1,000s. Well, I started to get excited as I saw those earnings go up. So in December, over my Christmas break, I really worked hard and I cranked out 50 videos. And it wasn't a real exciting Christmas break for me because I was working the whole time. But I'm like, this is going to set up our financial future if it works out. And things kept improving from there. And so I started making more and more videos. And as you mentioned, as summer came, I found pockets of time to post them. So by the end of the summer, I had 1,000 videos. Now, during that time, earnings go up and down. Amazon experiments with placements. Sometimes they'll put videos in one place. Another month, they'll move it to somewhere else. And so you might think that you're doing really well and your earnings per video are super high. And then the next month, it totally drops down. Also, shopping is high in January, February. Then it kind of calms down, picks up a little bit more in the summer, then calms down right now. And then it's huge in Q4. And so I've seen ebbs and flows, but if you look at my graph, I've had steady time that I've put into the program. I've consistently put out videos, and I went from 165 to 700 to 1,800 to 3,000 to by summer. I had in June and July, I had about $7,000 each of those months. August was a little higher than that. And then I saw a dip this last month. But right now, I'm making more as an Amazon influencer than I am as a school teacher.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on. I was watching your videos is that, you still have your full-time job. You didn't say, hey, I'm going to quit my job because you have a family, you have 4 kids to take care of, and you need to have that extra security because Amazon influencer could be gone tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen with it, but at least you have this extra security where that you have health insurance, you have benefits, you have a steady check coming in every week. But let's talk about how you've able to take this extra money and kind of how that's able to help support you and your family. Maybe get out of debt, go on vacations for you and your family. I heard you're taking your kids to a rock concert. So let's talk about how you're able to take this extra revenue to help benefit you and your family since you started this program in the past year.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of this year, when you're setting your yearly goals, I was really excited about Amazon Influencer. So I actually made a chart for our family that said if we hit certain thresholds, we'll celebrate in these ways. And the first priority was to pay down debt and to put money into real estate. That's our long-term play for building wealth, is having rental real estate. And so we want to continue to acquire properties. And so that was the priority, was setting that up, because that's a lot more passive and consistent than most other investments. So that was the priority. But we decided once we hit $50 in a day, $100 in a day, $300 in a day, etc., we would have different rewards. Likewise, once we made $5,000 total, $10,000, we just hit $40,000 total since we've started. And so we have different thresholds. And what I did is I calculated, at the $50 a day, at that point, how much could I spend where I'd still be spending less than 20% of the total amount that we're bringing in, so that most would go into investments and securing our financial future, but so that we can celebrate along the way. And
Right.
so here's a few of the things we've done so far. We've gone on helicopter rides as a family. We've gone to an all-inclusive resort and swam with dolphins. We have gone, I'm going on my first hot air balloon ride here in a couple of weeks.
Right.
We've gone surf lessons. So we went to California and took surf lessons and went surfing for the first time. So we're putting money into experiences, but then we've also decided that we don't want to buy a lot of products to do this program because we don't know if it will always work, and we don't want to spend money frivolously. So at some of those benchmarks, we've said, all right, once we hit $10,000, let's invest $500 back into the program and buy products. So the kids have been involved in that. So every few months, it's like a new Christmas where they get to pick a product that it has to fit a certain criteria. It has to be something that will review well and make its money back. And so far, all those experiments that we've done in purchasing products to do reviews and then keep those products, they've always earned their money back. And so it's been really cool to do that. And then, of course, the kids help earn those by helping me with the reviews and just being awesome kids and working around the house and doing stuff. So we have this reward incentive program within our family, but we're celebrating together as we hit these milestones.
That's awesome. So I want to kind of talk briefly. If someone is interested in getting started, maybe they're excited about potentially making some extra money, because to me, if I even made half of that, if I made an extra $3,000 a month, or let's say you made $2,000 a month, and that was an extra $500 a week that you had extra income coming in on top of your full-time job, that would be life-changing for a lot of people. I mean, you'd be able to pay your car payment, be able to buy groceries, pay a cell phone bill. That would help out tremendously. So what would be your top 3 tips or piece of advice to help someone if they're new, maybe some stuff that maybe you wish you would have known when you first got started in this program, or maybe some tips or tricks or advice you can give the audience?
Yeah. Getting into the program can be really frustrating for certain people. And I've worked with a lot of friends and relatives on getting involved in the program. And it seems like the biggest obstacle is growing that social following and have engaged social following, while also getting the chops to do some video editing and post product reviews. So my first recommendation is start a YouTube channel today and start reviewing things that you have around your house. You're not going to necessarily get paid for any of those reviews, but you'll get a practice doing product reviews. You can immediately sign up for the Amazon Associate Program, which is free and everyone's accepted. So you can apply for that today, get into that program, get an affiliate link for all your videos, post them to YouTube, and start getting videos ready. Now, once you're accepted into the Amazon Influencer Program, you have all those videos already filmed and ready to go. So you can make a lot of money from the first day that you're in the program. So that's my first recommendation to get started, is start taking action right now by reviewing things, watch videos on how to do product reviews, and start learning about the program. So that's the first thing. Then you do have to build up a social audience. So pick a platform that you want to focus on, whether that be TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, and start following people within your niche. So if you're just going to review general products, start following brands of products and sellers and other people who do product reviews. And a number of those will follow you back. And then start posting your product reviews that you film for YouTube. And you're going to start generating a following. And you can make some affiliate commissions there while you're building that up. But the important thing is to start building an audience. So you need to do that. Number 2 is build up your social audience. And then, third tip, once you're into it, take it seriously. I think a lot of people get into the influencer program, and because there are so many ebbs and flows, ups and downs, it's a roller coaster. And so they get anxious about it. They're checking their earnings every morning when they wake up, and it's stressing them out. And the same applies to me. That happens to me. And so what I say is be consistent. The reason I'm making a consistent several $1,000s a month, and a lot of that now is through sponsored posts and through YouTube income. And so I've diversified my income streams doing product reviews. But the only way I got to where I was is every month I had goals, and I reached towards posting so many reviews, doing the things I could control. And then as there were ebbs and flows and the earnings went up and down, it still built consistently over time. And so it does take a lot of work, and it's a lot of consistent effort.
Okay, yeah, got it. It's just like anything else, you got to be consistent at it. So,
Yeah.
So how many hours a week would you say on average that you put into being an Amazon influencer? Because people always want to know, but everything they always equates to working like a 9-to-5 job. So they think, okay, I need to put in 40 hours a week, and it equals $1,000 on my paycheck. So how many hours would you say that you kind of put into being an Amazon influencer on an average week or an average month. And let's talk briefly about how your earnings have been for the past 3 or 4 months, if you don't mind sharing with our audience.
Sure. So I guess to understand how my earnings work, I should explain kind of what my workflow looks like. I wake up really early. I'm typically up between 4 o'clock and 4:30, and in the morning, I am emailing Amazon sellers that have reached out to me. So I get anywhere from 20 to 40 requests every week to review products, and so I'm getting maybe 100 products that are being passed through me every week, and I have to sift through those and the different sellers that send in those requests and decide what I want to review. Now, almost all of those are now paid reviews, so I've worked up towards that. So I'll get paid anywhere from $20 or $30 to I just signed a contract with somebody for $1,000 to
Really?
do a series of videos. So I'm doing all that paperwork in the morning before anyone else in my family's awake. And that's when I also do my video editing. So I'm typically doing about 2 hours of work before I go to my day job. And so I'm pretty consistent with that Monday through Friday. I'm doing 2 hours a day. So that's 10 hours right there. Then when I get home from work, that's where I have 1 or 2 days a week where I'll film for an hour or two, and then setting things up around the house, using the products, things like that. And so I would say a typical week for me is pretty close to 20 hours. So I take it pretty seriously. This is a job for me. I really want to have that financial security. So we're working hard. We're saving as much as we can. And that's how we've built it up. Now, in a month, we're just about through with September. And in September, my earnings on the Amazon platform have actually dropped because Amazon made some changes. And so where I made $6,500 in August, I'm barely clearing $4,000 this month. So my earnings went down quite considerably. But I've made another $1,000 in doing sponsored videos for different Amazon sellers. I've made about $150 from the Amazon Associates program. So people watching my videos on YouTube and coming over. And then my YouTube channel has now been monetized. And so those product reviews are getting consistent views. And that's another $100, $150. So all those little things are adding up. So I'll still clear $5,000 this month, but it's down from where it was last month. I think I was close to $9,000. So I saw a considerable dip this month, but that's kind of what my work day looks like and where my earnings are coming from.
Well, guys, if you can just do the math, let's just round it off and say you did $6,000 a month, okay? And you'd round it up and you divide it by 4 weeks in a month. You're looking at probably anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a week just doing this part time, 20 hours a week. There's a lot of people that are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and have to really hustle out here to try to make $1,000 a week. And you're able to do this part time from home while having a flexible schedule, while spending time with your family, while still being able to work a full time job. So hats off to you because you've been hustling. You've been putting the work in. It's not something that just falls and lands in your lap. You got to kind of apply yourself. You got to kind of put a little bit of work into it. So before we let you go, I got to put you on the spot here. I know you mentioned that you have products, you get free products sent to you, and also you can actually charge people for doing reviews. So you're actually charging people for your time to review products, and you're able to get free products to review, because I don't want people to think, well, now, Jeff, I've got to go to Walmart or Target or Best Buy or buy a bunch of stuff on Amazon so I have products to review. So can you kind of take people behind the curtain of kind of how this works?
Yeah. So I've actually bought 0 things just to do reviews on myself. I just don't buy products to do reviews and then to resell. And I know eBay is a great place to do those reselling, Facebook Marketplace, but I just don't do that. Now, I do sometimes resell some of the things that are sent to me for review that I don't want. I'm getting anywhere from 20 to 50 things a month sent to me. And sometimes it's more, like somebody just sent me 60 pairs of shoes. And so I'm not going to wear 60 pairs of shoes, but I've been reviewing them. And then most of the stuff that I get that is sent to me from sellers, I give away to my students. We'll do auctions in my class and do different things, or I'll give it away. Like these shoes, I specifically said yes to that contract because the holidays are coming up and we wanted to donate 40 pairs of shoes to our city for people who need shoes, right? And so we're finding creative ways to get rid of stuff. If I wanted to turn around and resell everything that came in, that's probably at least another $1,000 to $2,000 a month that I could make. I just don't want to be in that business. Now, as far as getting stuff, you don't have to do much. You just have to post reviews. And the more reviews you post, the more people will find you and send you those requests. And so in the beginning, I didn't get any requests. But after a month or two, when I had 100 videos up, I started getting a few a week. And by the time I had 500 videos up, I started getting 10 to 20 a week. And in those review requests, usually they'll say, can we send you the product? And you just review it and you get to keep the product. And that's how it started for me. But then as my time became more valuable and I got better at doing reviews, I started saying, no, but I'll do it for $30. Or often now, if there's something like everybody, I don't know why this is, but everyone wants me to review dog training collars. And I'm so sick of reviewing dog training collars. And so if a review request will come in for that, I'll say, okay, I'll do it, but it's $100, and so I'm not going to do that for a low price anymore because I know I don't need it. I don't have enough people to give that away to. I don't want to resell it. And so it's just not worth my time unless I get paid a certain amount. And so that's where I'm spending an hour every morning, is just sifting through emails, responding, negotiating wages, and then making sure I'm getting paid. And fortunately, the sellers that I've worked with have been awesome, and I do get paid. And it's usually a good relationship, and you find sellers that you do repeat business with. Often, like this, I just got signed the $1,000 contract I mentioned. They sent me a ukulele. I've done a ton of ukulele reviews, but they wanted me to teach ukulele lessons to go with the ukulele. And so I'm going to film a series of lessons where I teach people how to use the ukulele. And then I don't have the rights to that. I'm going to give that to them, and they'll put it up on their Amazon listing or on their website. And that's a perk for the people who buy their product. So they become creative deals, the 50 shoes, the ukulele lessons. There are other things where, certain things you'll just get sent to you over and over because no one else reviews hangers or no one else reviews cheap RC cars and drones, but eventually you get better offers. And like my brother that I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, he's been doing this for a little bit longer than me, and he's actually way better at that than I am. And he gets higher paid offers from the Amazon sellers. So he'll do a $200 or a $300 deal, and he's doing really well with that.
Yeah, well, I just think that could be a creative way where you guys could easily make an extra $1,000 a month, just having people pay you to do sponsored review videos that you're going to be reviewing products anyway. So it's kind of a win-win. You're getting paid to review the products. They're sending you free products to your house that you can review. And then after you review the products, if you want to turn around and resell it on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or eBay, or you could do what you want. It's your product, right? So I think that's kind of a win-win-win for everybody.
And it's fun because it's like Christmas every day. If I look around, in addition to the shoes, I just got a cool 3D puzzle. I got a ukulele. I got a fancy microscope. And so you get packages all the time, and it's just fun. It's really exciting to get these things sent to you and to either get paid for it, but just to get the stuff. It's really cool to have free products that you can either keep for yourself or give away or resell. So it's a fun game.
Right, I'm with you. So now, before we let you go, kind of tell people what is on your horizon. What are some goals, or where do you see yourself in the future? Maybe in a year, 3 years, 5 years from now. What's some of your long-term goals that you're working on?
Yeah, so as far as the Amazon influencer and product reviews, I do think that product reviews will be around for a long time. So I plan on continuing to do that. But I don't know the future of the Amazon influencer program. So my goal is to gain the skills so I can transition to other platforms if needed. I'm diversifying on YouTube and other platforms. And I will be launching a YouTube channel soon. Right now, I have some tutorial videos on my review channel, but I'm going to create a dedicated channel for side hustles starting in November. So I'm really excited to get more into teaching people how to do this on the side. And so that's in the short time horizon for me. It's probably going to be called More Fun Money. So if you want to Google it in a month or two, I'm going to have that YouTube channel up. But really, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of these side hustles for me is a way to raise capital now to make investments that will generate passive income. So whether that's stocks and bonds or real estate or other assets that I can accumulate, I'm young, but I'm not too far away from being financially independent, and I want to hit that milestone in the next 4 or 5 years, and we're certainly on track for that. Now, once we hit that milestone, my life doesn't change because I love being a teacher. So I
Yeah.
just want to have that financial security blanket that allows me to do the things that honestly we're doing right now. We're going to rock concerts, to Broadway shows. We're having fun experiences as a family, but still not trying not to spoil our kids, making them work for what they get, you know? And so
Yeah.
I'm living a great life now, and I want to ride that out as long as I can.
Gotcha. Now I have your links so people can follow you on YouTube and Instagram. Let them know where they can go by and follow you and check you out.
Sounds good. Right now, it's just the reviews of cool stuff is my product review channel. But as I mentioned, in the future, it'll be more fun money, or you can follow me, tylerchristiansen.com. But that's mostly my academic stuff and public speaking, my books, stuff like that. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
where you can find me.
I have all the links down below. You guys can follow our guests on YouTube and Instagram. I appreciate you jumping on and hanging out with us. And hopefully we'll have you back on again sometime, Tyler, and we'll check in with you and see how things have been going for you. So you have any final thoughts or words of wisdom or advice you can leave our audience with?
No, I think we covered it earlier in that if you really want to be serious about making money, you just have to take action. And so there are small things that you can do right now to start moving towards that.
Yep. So I have the link to the Amazon Influencer Program link down below in the description, and I have a link down below. You guys can follow our guests on YouTube and Instagram. And what do they say? You do the same thing over and over again and expect the different results is the definition of insanity. So if you want to generate some more income, you got to kind of do something different. You got to kind of get out of your comfort zone and try something different. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least you tried. And I think this could be a great way where you guys can generate some extra income while working from home, doing it part time. You don't need a lot of startup capital to get started. You have a cell phone, you have some free time, and I think this can be a good side gig for you guys to get started on. So, anyways, all our links to our guests is going to be down below in the description, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Till next time, you guys have a great day. We'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.